Okay, so now let's talk first about how to find both designers and programmers that work for you. Now, I understand that there are people that are not very comfortable reaching out to someone else, interviewing them and basically managing them so they can do what is required. Maybe you don't think you would do a good job because you haven't managed anyone before, or maybe you're just a bit shy. And that's fine, don't worry. I'm kind of a shy person and I was reluctant to outsource to freelancers. I just looked for content and downloaded it. And I will teach you later how I did that. So don't stress, it is possible. But I can tell you that outsourcing to freelancers is so much quicker and cheaper. And once you get used to it, it's easier. Like I said, I didn't do it at first, but one day I decided to try it. It was a bit tough at first, but I got better at negotiating, and with practice I became good. And it really doesn't take long to start getting confident. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that even if you don't want to deal with other people, you should try to do it. Do your best to push yourself because it will be easier and more profitable. But if you definitely don't want to do it, I'll show you how to outsource without dealing with other people. Okay, so you're looking for freelancers. Where do you find them? Well, what I did is I went to odesk.com, but there are other websites available such as elance.com, freelancer.com, guru.com, craigslist.com, Dman Studios, iFreelance, People Per Hour, Workhoppers. I will put these links in the description so you guys will be able to find them in there. Plus there's, the names are very simple, so you could just Google them as well. But in any case, whichever site or sites you decide to choose, what you are looking for is the following. You want to get a programmer or designer that you can tell is talented and committed, but does not have a lot of experience. Don't go looking for big hotshots, and this is for two basic reasons. One is that it is going to be more expensive, a lot more. And number two is that you are not looking for a one-off design. You're looking to form a team. You want someone that does not have a lot of experience working for other people so you can groom them and teach them to work in your own way. You want them to be a part of your team and to basically play by your rules. An experienced designer or programmer will not want to do this. Another very important aspect to look for is place of residence. Why? Well, how much do you think a programmer will charge you to make an app in Australia or the UK? Or how about if he or she lived in the Philippines or in Mexico or in Indonesia? The freelancer will charge you according to the cost of living in his or her country. So you should use this difference in currency strengths to your favor. Your apps should be targeted to people living in countries that have strong currencies like the US, the UK, Germany, Australia, France, for example. And you should be getting work or outsourcing work to countries where the currency is a lot weaker, like Philippines or, Mexico or Indonesia. The freelancer will charge you according to the cost of living in his or her country. So just use this in your favor. Australia, for example, is expensive compared to most other countries, but it also has very good salaries. If you then compare it to Philippines, for example, then the cost of living is dramatically lower there, and so will the salaries. It's actually not even proportional. And because we're working through the internet, we basically get to choose where the person we want working for us lives and therefore needs to charge us. We want to sell apps to people that live in countries with strong currencies, like I said, and outsource work to people that live in countries with weaker currencies. Use this difference in currency strengths to your advantage. Look for someone that resides in a country with a low cost of living. In my case, my main programmer and main designer are both from Philippines, and they are great. They are really smart, they have a very good level of English, and they don't need a very high salary compared to, for example, someone in Australia. And they are mainly looking for stability rather than starting their own business. So they are happy working for a weekly fee. I just keep them busy with new projects all the time. It's it works really good for all of us. We're all happy. I check on them constantly and manage them. If you manage to do this, your returns will increase a lot.